There's certainly very good scientific research showing that if you live near a hazardous waste landfill site, you're more likely to have birth defects in the family, also low birth weight and respiratory problems. And the latest review of the evidence said that these effects were real. They were not just possibilities, but they were real. So we're very concerned that these effects are being ignored, basically, in the government's decision to go ahead with this tip.
It's something that people shouldn't have to live with, and it's not a farm. I mean, I live facing a farmer's field, and you get country smells, and you accept them. But when it's something that you feel that there's something in the air that's so harmful, and it's such a stress to people to feel this, and you can't escape it. There's nothing you can do to escape it.
In there will be things like asbestos, pesticides, chemicals, a lot of contaminated soil mostly. And the problem is that there are much better ways of dealing with these types of waste than digging it up and dumping it in a landfill site. Certainly contaminated soil can usually be remediated on site, and there are various recycling techniques now that can be used. So there are much safer ways of dealing with this waste.
Now, unfortunately, we did ask Whitemoss for an interview today, but sadly nobody is available. However, Paul Routledge, the managing director, has sent us this statement. Whitemoss Landfill is a local family company that currently employs 9 people. We have operated the site for more than 20 years. We aren't a multinational Goliath as Arrow seeks to portray us. Despite what Arrow claims, everything can't be recycled. For more than 20 years, Whitemoss has facilitated important recycling activities and enabled brownfield sites to be brought back into use for housing and employment in the region. All of the claims that Arrow have made were carefully considered during the examination in public held last year, and the inspector's final report of recommendation is very clear. It concluded that confidence should be placed in the conclusions of government bodies rather than those quoted by Arrow. The site is needed locally, regionally and nationally, and that was why the Secretary of State gave his approval based on the recommendation of his inspectors.
It's been open since the 70s. Now I'm 36 now. That means for my whole lifetime I've been living with this hazardous waste landfill, and potentially for the next 20 years. I don't think anyone should have to live their whole life next to a hazardous waste landfill. I really don't. And my children have been conceived in it, and it would go on and on and on, and they would live their whole lifetime under it. So really, enough is enough. It needs to close now. He's not shown anything that it can be filled. He's got no, I haven't seen any data to show that it can be filled in the time he wants to have it filled. It's really just going on and on and on, and you feel like money's being put before people and people's health and people's life, because it's not just the immediate health implications of what these chemicals and living here could do. It's the stress and the worry and it's not right, and it's not right for the town.
We feel it's a dinosaur technology, and that's one of the reasons that local people are so angry. They're just choosing to dump it in Skelmersdale when we feel that there are much better ways of dealing with this waste.
Because we are a deprived area, who's going to stand up for us and who's going to do this? Because we do need to raise a lot of funds, and we have raised funds, but we need to raise even more now because it's going to this next process. And we're constantly asking local people who really want to stop the landfill, but you're asking for what we need is thousands of pounds. And we just need somebody to help us to stop it, because I do believe we can stop it. We've got a team of barristers and lawyers who agree with us that the process wasn't done properly, and things were overlooked, and it's also in sort of legal terms, but they agree with us. They think it's not right. So we do think we've got a chance, but we do just need the help to do it.
Peter Berry, Bay TV News, Liverpool.